Where do I go from here?
Hello there everyone, it's me, Nita Rose, and today we're going to be talking about the shorts from Helluva. Now for each short I will be doing a summary and then give my own thoughts. Let's start with the first short called Hell's Belly. We see Millie at a bus station excited to see someone, and it turned out to be her sister Sally Mae. And the two of them started to hang out with each other, going to the spa, shopping, the arcade, and then later on the two started hanging out with each other on the rooftop. But then Millie noticed that Sally Mae seemed to be upset. She felt lonely after Millie left the ranch. The two of them seemed to have a conversation and managed to talk things out. And in the end, they had their friendly little fight and they end up bruised and battered back at Millie and Moxie's place. And here is where the episode or short ends. I like they did a short with Millie hanging out with a family member because I realized in the past episodes, Millie doesn't get a lot of screen time. She's usually the badass muscle girl that does the usual save the day trope who puts her own life in danger to save her loved ones, which almost makes her seem one-dimensional until I saw Ghost at first. In that episode, I see more of the backstory and more writing to her character. So yeah, this short is a win for her in my opinion. I also do like her sister Sally Mae, and the last time we saw her was in the episode Hardest Moon Festival. We only see her for a short time in the episode, so there really wasn't much to say about her. But here, there's a little more to her and show what type of character she is. And I start to like her and would like to see more of her in the future episodes. Also, this is kind of embarrassing to say, but it actually took me a while to figure out that she's actually transgender. It wasn't until this short that made me figure it out. I always thought it was weird that she had a deep voice, but then I noticed that her horns are different than Millie's. Hers have thick white lines while Millie's are thin. And see, the other imps have this pattern between genders. The males have the thick white lines on their horns while the females have the thin white lines. That's a really nice detail to tell the difference between a male and a female among imps. Overall, this is a really nice short and I really enjoyed it. The next short is called Mission Antarctica. Blitz, Millie, and Moxie travel to a frozen wasteland on a job to destroy a creature that was sent by the client. They end up finding the research station and inside are bodies that were shredded. They see an animal running towards them and they end up shooting it down, only to realize it was running from something else, and here is a pile of penguins on the ledge. They start to get chased by the penguins and Blitz try to get the portal open by using the crystal, but he can't seem to get it to work. They manage to open the crystal thanks to Moxie, escape the penguins, and Millie ends up blowing them up, leaving one left. Okay, there are one or two things about this short. First of all, these are not normal penguins, since when did these little critters have teeth to eat through flesh? That was literally the first thing that came to my mind about this short. But then I remember there's a research lab and maybe there were scientists that did experiments on these penguins and ended up getting devoured by their own creation. Of course, that's just a theory, but that's really the best I can come up with. The other thing I wanted to address is the fact that Blitz can't get the crystal to work even though it's from lust. I find it very funny and kind of ironic because in the past, this guy used to sleep around, so you would think he would know what he's doing. We see in the episode Apology Tour he was using it just fine, but I guess this is like the first time he's using it, so he's not sure how it works yet. But this short came out after Apology Tour, so you would think he would know how to use it at this point. I don't know, it's a bit confusing to me, so I won't dwell on it too much. Unless the timeline of the show are backwards, and this event happened before Apology Tour, and maybe this is the first time Blitz is using it, even though he used it to get them to that location. Okay, this is more confusing, so I'm done thinking about it and moving on with the short. I love the fact that Millie and Moxie were confused by his reaction and giving him tips how to be lustful. When he still couldn't figure it out, that's when Moxie comes in and he... Oh, damn is right, Blitz. And I love that Millie's giving off that expression saying, oh, hell yeah, that's my man. This was a good short, and I liked it.
A demon? Here to steal a little kitten like me? Forced to be part of your demonic harem lushes. What are you gonna do to me, Blitzy-coon? If you say so, Master. I mean, Daddy.
What the is this next short? Okay, hang on. Let me start from the beginning. So the short is called Mission Wabooboo. Of course it does. It starts off with Bliss sneaking into a family home on a mission to kill a college girl. He breaks inside and does a sneak attack only to be reflected by some kind of force. The knife missed her, which caused her to jump from her chair, and she noticed Bliss and seemed to be fascinated by him. And then after that, things started to get awkward between the two. I swear, the more this woman talks, the more uncomfortable Blitz is. I feel feel the same way. But then I started chuckling at some of her dialogues, and also the part where Blitz is eager to kill her. The girl decided to let him take her life and is waiting to see him on the other side, and she ends up in hell and finds Blitz. Yeah, this is both disturbing and funny at the same time. I literally could not stop laughing at this crazy chick and her actions towards Blitz. Considering she is an obsessed, monster-loving hentai chick that refuses to leave her parents' home. In fact, it seems like their parents are getting so sick of her that they probably don't care if she died or not. Okay, maybe I'm reading too much into this, and maybe that isn't true. But there's a lot of questions about this character, and luckily she only appears in the short. But that's all I have to say about this short, so moving on to the next one. This short is called Mission Chupacabras. Or is it called Mission
Chupracadupra.
Okay, let's go with that. Blitz, Moxie, and Millie travel to a farm that's surrounded by goats, and they end up killing them for no reason. The farm owner wakes up and sees his goats getting slaughtered as he mistakes Blitz and all of them as the Chupacabras. They abort the mission, but Blitz gets left behind, end up in a cage, and put into a costume as the owner is willing to sell to see him as the
Chupracadupra.
And then these guys show up looking for the Chupacabra. Okay, I seriously don't like these guys. I think they're annoying as hell, and I find the cherubs more entertaining. So the men in black are in search for the Chupacabra, and they had a talk with the owner and having them pay to see the Chupacabra. They get into a stupid argument while Blitz tries to escape. He convinced the little goat to help him out by giving him cheese, and the goat surprisingly helps him by jumping into the crotch of the man, and after calling the goat stupid, it triggered the anger in the owner and pulls out the gun that he took from Blitz. The gun ends up burning him, and a bullet came out, hit the windmill, and landed on the owner, which killed him. The man in black starts shooting at the gun while the little goat helps Blitz by giving him the crystal that was also taken from him. He announced himself in front of those guys, and then things started to get chaotic with the goats going on a murder stream. And after everything, Blitz rewards the little goat with an IMP sticker, and in the end, he ends up becoming a leader of a cult. Okay, I got two things to say about this. First of all, why are these guys here? What's the reason for being in the short? Were they there to put as a distraction to give Blitz time to escape? I just feel like they were a waste, just like the cherubs in the full moon episode. But it is what it is, I guess. The second thing I want to discuss is the whole cult with the goats. I don't know what it is. It just seems so random. Did Blitz create a cult without realizing he did? Or is this just some funny random gag? Another small thing that I noticed from the little goat is the eye patch marking on his face, which is similar to the burn scar on Blitz's face. I like that little detail. And that is all I'll say about this short, and I did enjoy it along with the others. I think my favorite one would be the first one. The one where Millie spends the whole day with her sister Sally Mae, and how well they get along, even to the point where they enjoy beating each other up and just laugh it off in the end. I really thought that was humble and sweet. Well then everyone, thank you so much for joining me on this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You can also look me up on TikTok, Discord, and Blue Sky, and I'll see y'all next time. Nita Rose, out.